Well, hello everyone. Here to show you right here is a painting right here. I went and put together right here using an Illustrator and Photoshop of talking about most girls, and I'm sure most of us have seen that video before talking about want to be like most girls, but you see right here is this painting right here, and yeah, that if anybody wanted to where that whenever you listen to the lyrics, what does that kind of remind you of? And I'm like, well, it mainly reminds me of 2018 actually, even though it's a song artist was published of early March of 2017, something like that. That this song for whatever reason reminds me of 2018, and then I know that if anybody will want to wear that, especially if you're going to be a college student, that you want to kind of know about what girls that are more attractive to the gentleman. And so I have right here of this painting I went and worked right here, and you'll be able to find these if you find the same painting on the Curious Art Shop as well. That I went and put it available, and I know that whenever I had it, the paintings available, that some of them will probably say that, yeah, well, some of those prints that know about you for most girls, and but still, whenever I hear the song, I'm also thinking about as to where this song, for whatever reason, is going to kind of remind me of that the song goes by as to where that the gentlemen expect a lot from the most girls. It's like, yeah, that I don't know if for whatever reason, yeah, that maybe a little bit, yeah, that not like the Spice Girls, to where that knowing about who's the best, looking compared to Charming or anything like that. But I'll go ahead and draw right here of for like most girls, and I know that if anybody will want to, that whenever they listen to the lyrics, is that going to kind of remind them a little bit about exactly about what is it supposed to mean about the for most girls. And but the way I think about too, that whenever I hear the song, I also keep thinking too that that the gentlemen are basically saying this to where that they're not going to want to do something fun, maybe dance, ask the guy if he wants to dance or something, and it's like you're not like other girls or something. But anyway, but let's just say that the song, I guess, goes by saying is to where most girls, you're not really young girls. I'm like young girls that they're like wanting to where that what's the best ways of how to ask a gentleman how to dance. And I know if you're going to be at a party, that you also want to that young girls that how to ask the gentleman to where that what's the best ways of how to walk up to him and ask him to dance. And I know once or twice that it was with the girls, though, that if I'm at a party and I ask one of them to, if they want to dance, and sometimes it was like, that they're going to be up on stage or somewhere, and then they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to be maybe talking to a few of their friends or anybody there at the party, and then they're also going to be like, say, as to where that, hey, what's up? You want to dance or something? And so let's just say this was right here was like an example right here of a girl right here. If anybody wanted to wear that, if you're going to be at a party and then it's like, most girls are more strong and smart and beautiful. Most girls, and then but still, that whenever I think about the song, I also keep thinking too a little bit about go ahead. And this right here is supposed to be like a girl standing up, but let's just say if there was a gentleman at about right here. So if the gentleman were to what you call maybe if he were holding something in his hand, I'm like, yeah, that it's supposed to be like maybe like a date or some sort. And then I know that every time I think of the song, I'm also keep thinking too about for 2018. And I've been talking about 2018 quite a bit, and one of those is going to be like that whoever heard of winning a date, winning a prom date with a lady or something, but still that to be like most girls or most gentlemen. And so it seems like for the song lyrics at the time, if we do one or two, where is this all about to where the gentlemen are very picky about what girl that they go out with, what girl that they dance with, or just about how girls are correspondent with the gentleman. So let's just say that yeah, most girls are. When I was also thinking about are nice, sweet, and beautiful, or something like that, adding in sweet in there, but still that. Whenever I think about the song too, I'm thinking about 2018, about how that a man and a woman, how they connect, and then how they dance as well. But whenever I'm also thinking about the song, I talk about for girls. So if it's young girls, if it's middle-aged girls, and like I say, is to where that does the song necessarily mean to where that most girls, it's like the gentleman, the gentlemen are going to be like, yeah, you're not like most girls. Something like the gentlemen expect a lot more from the girls. So let's just say the situation where to go by is to where that a few of the gentlemen would expect, and the gentlemen would expect a little bit more out of the girls. And I don't know if that's really the case about purpose about the song, but still that. But let's just say that this right here was supposed to be the lady and the gentleman right here at a party right here. But at the time, it seems like that knowing about is to where like for most girls, it's like want to be like most girls. but you have right here is this right here will be a painting right here. I went and worked right here on Photoshop. And whenever I'm thinking about this too, I'm also thinking about kind of like a poster design for like a concert. So whenever I think about this, also it's like whenever like a poster design for a concert, and whenever I'm looking at this, and I'm also thinking about it to where for 2018, and a couple times I heard the song even on the radio, I was also thinking to where that why is it that this song reminds you more of 2018 whenever it was published, if it was published maybe of earlier 2016 or some sort. But anyway, I think maybe a little bit why, because during that time that if anybody would probably say that a lot of if we want to call it like this song for whatever reason is going to remind me of the college years. Yeah, going to a party, a lot of things that you would expect during your college years. During your college years, that's what I'm kind of looking at to more of my college years. This song, of course, may have been published by the artist who we're talking about, is to where how to get the guys, the gentlemen, to be able to get more interested in the girls. It's like no matter, that how they dress and maybe how they talk or something, but still that. For you want to be like most girls. But I also keep thinking too that maybe the girls are not going to like a gentleman like me, maybe because of the way I dress, or maybe because I talk or interact or something like that. But still though, that I honestly tell all the girls as to where that whenever I do some of my artwork, whenever I do some of my artwork right here, that let's just say if that right there was supposed to be an example right there of like what the poster design is supposed to be for a concert. Let's just say that if it was for a flyer for a concert, like the new release of a music album. And how many of them are going to probably say that, or how many of us, how many girls out there are going to maybe want to keep that on record to where that if you want to go ahead and have some concert tickets available and like want to know about most girls, like what did they see about your design work? Like say 2018 right there. But still, let's just say the situation was to where the song artist and the songwriter. The song artist published the song in 2017. In 2017, or I don't know the details about the song, but the song was posted earlier. So at the time, if anybody wanted to hear that, why is it that a lot of your ideas remind you of 2018? But whenever I heard it, and I can maybe explain within 2 minutes, that whenever I heard this song, that it was on New Year's. And I listened to it maybe on the radio, maybe about maybe 6 or 7 times, maybe out of last year, I listened to this song, but I mainly remember the details about the song, on New Year's. It was on New Year's Eve, so if anybody were to say that, on New Year's that you would listen to be hearing these songs, and besides the song, by, Imagine Dragon and Thunder, and, all the, a few other songs, too, that I can remember, listening to, and, but one of those is about most girls will be like most girls, and, so, yeah, that, well, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know why that's starting to kind of remind me a little bit of the Spice Girls, or maybe if anybody will warrant to any of those other country artist singers, but still, that this right here, this album, that if anybody will warrant to where if that's supposed to be what a flyer, what the flyer is supposed to look like by summer 2018, that to where if the artist is going to be maybe playing at a cinema, maybe in New York City, or maybe Los Angeles, or other concerts or other events that were going on, from that, based on that artist, that group. But still, though, that whenever I think about this song right here, I also keep thinking about is to where for the 2018. For if anybody were warned to where any source of dating, for like college years, and I know, and I was also thinking too, whenever I heard the lyrics, to me it sounded like that this song is starting to kind of ask the gentleman to where that, that if it's going to be maybe your first date or your first kiss or something, that the gentleman says something to the lady about is toward that, you're not like other girls. I expected a lot more. More hair, gorgeous hair, or maybe a cute little outfit, that fits you just right, or something like that. So whenever I watch the videos also, and then whenever I, think about it, I might read it, understand the lyrics, and if anybody wanted to wear that, you would think a lot of times the girls would have the problems with the gentleman, not the gentleman having problems with the girls. So just think about it, it's like most girls are strong and light and beautiful, and I was also thinking too that a few other words to the lyrics could also be bright and beautiful, or something, smart and strong and beautiful, or something. But I want to be like most girls, and so yeah, that whenever I hear the songs of the lyrics, sometimes it seems like it's basically the song is basically saying is to where that the gentlemen have a problem with women. And let's just say at the women, I'm like, wearing too much makeup, or, if anybody wanted to, or if you're going to be at a party, and just think it is toward it, that, the gentleman, the guy that that don't want to do certain things with the ladies, and the first thing that they're going to maybe say is toward that you're not like other girls. But still, if anybody wanted to is that starting to kind of remind you a little bit of senior prom. Senior prom, to where that whenever you're going to be at, maybe homecoming or prom, if you're going to be at prom, that, you're going to maybe want to ask a girl to dance, and what's the first impression that more likely that they're going to say is to where that, I don't dance with blondes, or I don't dance with guys with red hair, or, maybe if you dyed your hair a different color or something like that, really, that, what exactly are the gentlemen going to say? But I also keep thinking, too, that whenever I do see a beautiful looking gal, maybe if it was in high school, or maybe at, around campus or somewhere like that, or around town, that, I also keep thinking, too, that, what exactly are the women going to really say about me, such as to where that, that, you showed the ladies this poster design right here, and then maybe you would maybe suggest that to where that, most girls, and then by summer of 2020, that you're going to maybe suggest them to where that, the next song, maybe should be is like, the amazing, the amazing, if you want to call it, most girls, or if it's going to be maybe a new release of what you call the Diatimo Amazing Woman, or something like that. But it says something if you want to call it, as to where that that the song basically goes by is to where that girls is to where that for anything for what is expected and from between the guys and the girls especially about what is expected. But whenever I listen to this song, it's going to remind me of 2018 because I listened to it on New Year's, and if anything, I only listened to it on the radio maybe six times at the most. But still, that whenever I look at this painting right here, that I'm also wondering too as to where that whether people are thinking about it, because I could say that the artist's name and where it was performed, and you say about the song lyrics, but really though, that whenever I think about the song too, I'm also thinking about is to where that a lot of the ladies that say you talk to, that you're likely one to, like most girls, but does that song basically refer to where the guys have a problem with the girls, so the girls are trying to if they're trying to spice up, but they're trying to trying to opposed to the guys is to where that you want to be like most girls. So in order to be able to do that, that you gotta show them show that the guys maybe a few source of beauty salons or styles, different styles if you want to call it, of clothing and makeup and all that other stuff. But still though, that and I know that if anybody one or two that really that this song seems to be about the girls, not really a message to the guys, it seems like. So if anybody watching could maybe say this, to where at the time, if you really believe that a male artist that did work this right here, and like word to it, that okay, a male artist that did this design work right here, and it says for 2018 right here. Even though if the song would have been published in 2017, there's 2018 right there, and talk about most girls right there. But still, that most girls are most smart, strong, and beautiful. Most girls, and then yeah, that do you know the rest of the lyrics? I'm like, yeah, it's I know I listened to the song quite a few times, but mainly I want to talk about right here like dating and if anybody wanted to wear that, what do you call it? What do you call it whenever a date that has not happened yet? And at the time, it seems like every time I hear this song, I also keep thinking too about a date that has not happened yet. So we're talking about, if you were at a party and let's just say that there was a date that was planned and scheduled, or let's just say if it was with a guy or maybe somebody in particular, and then maybe you were not aware of it. So it seems like at the time that people they cannot surprise you if you already know about what's going on, about if this is supposed to be a date, or if it's supposed to be a reunion, or if it's supposed to be anything surprising in particular. So if anybody asks as to where that really, what do you call, is it called a blind date? A blind date to where you never seen this person before, but then that by the time you see them in person, and then they start knowing you a little bit better. But still though, that whenever I think about the song too, I also think about 2018 is to like most girls are strong and beautiful. Most girls, I'm like, yeah. So yeah, if I were to sing, like say, if you know the lyrics very well, but I'm like to be like most girls, and if anybody wanted to wear that, way you painted that, because like draw that maybe if it was for a cover for a magazine or some sort. But I'm like, well, really, I really want to go ahead and do this artwork as it presents like a concert artist poster for 2018 right here. So if anybody will want to wear that they look at this right here, and they're also wondering too, like, yeah, most girls, and I'm like, yeah, I'm talking about most girls as to where that the type of girls, I'm like, a few of them, to where they meet the male artist, and then they're like also wondering to where that, yeah, well, I was talking about the girls, not the guys. Yeah, I expected the girls to go ahead and do the artwork. I expected the girls to go ahead and start to doing their styles and makeup and all that stuff and be like most girls. But, there's like very little mention about guys in that song. And sometimes I also worry too that, yeah, well, maybe if it's all about is to where that, it's not about be like most guys, it's supposed to be like most girls. But, young girls and, so if anybody say that, girls between 40 and 50, or maybe girls between 12 and 17, whenever they start dating, to knowing about, the best safe ways of dating. But still, that I also keep thinking too, that whenever, if you're going to be at a party or some sort, because this song, to me, it sounds like to me, that maybe it could have been, from a concert or something like that. But, so if anybody were to say, if you're going to be going to a concert or maybe any sorts of a gathering and think as to where they hear that song, and like I say, is that, most girls. But still, that whenever I also think about this, I also think about 2018, to where that a lot of good possibilities are, to happen. And yeah, that if anybody wants this to where that, yeah, the female designers, the female graphic designers that meet the male digital art designers want to know about what they got to say also. But at the time, it seems like is to where that, really, how are you going to ask somebody to dance whenever you show them artwork, At the time, you wanted to where that, just walk up to the woman. Just walk up to the woman and show them some of your artwork. Do you think I'm that crazy? So if anybody will warrant to where that somebody asks a gentleman, hey, just walk up to the lady and show them that artwork, and then maybe they'll ask you to dance. Like, are you crazy? You think I'm that? You think I'm that crazy to do that? Like, but still, that if anybody would say that asking a woman to dance, or if anything about is to where that if you want to be like most girls, if you want to be like most designers, most professionals, is knowing about what you're gonna do. And so it seems like that sounds like a bad idea. It sounds like a horrible idea. It sounds like a crazy idea. But let's just say that this person right here, that who that you ask, is at the time, it seems like, really, are you trying to be like most girls or most guys? Are you trying to be like, is to where that, you just, want to get their attention somehow. And one of those attention is going to be like, is to where that, the way that you're dressed, and then maybe that the way that how you handle it, is to where that you're going to have you're going to make a sign that says want to be like most girls. And then, let's just say if you draw a heart on the top right here. So if anybody were to say that, you draw a heart right there. And, you're also learn too that you draw a heart right there. And then, you go ahead and, maybe if you don't have any colored pens, you just shade it in like you draw a heart right there. And want to know, like, exactly. But what do most gentlemen usually do just to try to get the girl's attention? And, at the time, if it's on a greeting card or just a picture of, something about for what they expect, especially, but still, if it's going to be concert tickets or anything about what you call most girls, want to be like most girls and knowing the designer, the artist. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.